Join us now for Education Matters, a weekly look at the real people and real stories in education across North Carolina.
Welcome to Education Matters, presented by the Public School Forum of North Carolina. I'm Keith Poston. We're actually broadcasting live today from the 2018 Emerging Issues Forum, and I have the director of the Institute for Emerging Issues, Leslie Boney, joining us to talk about why we're all here today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for letting me on.
All right, well, the theme of this conference is kiddonomics. Now, you and I both have children going off to college, so is kiddonomics something that we can figure out just how broke we're about to be? Is that what kiddonomics is?
What we're trying to do, honestly, is to set more children up to be ready to go off to college at the end of the process or go directly into the workforce. And the belief is that in order to do that, we've got to start investing early. And the economics are that pays off later for us, both in terms of maybe some kids getting scholarships, but more importantly, being able to be productive in the workforce and being able to support us in our old age.
Right, exactly. Well, that's a good thing. Well, I mean, the Institute for Emerging Issues has been around for a long time. You always focus on what are the most critical issues facing North Carolina. It is the second year that you've actually really honed in on the early childhood and not just education, but everything. Is it really that foundational? I mean, it seems like it's common sense, but is it really that foundational?
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever done a topic for 2 consecutive years.
Okay.
31 years. And the belief is that right now is a moment in time. There's an opportunity. For some reason, right now we have the philanthropic sector that believes in and cares about this issue. We have the business sector that says this is a huge issue. We have educators that think this is important. We have a legislature that's committed to 3rd grade reading, so they think it's really important. And we think that if we all pull together right now, we can make a huge difference in this field that's been neglected for a while.
And it does feel like it is a moment in time, right? I mean, particularly in this political environment, things are so polarized. This does seem to be some common ground.
I think there's an opportunity. We've always had a history of bipartisanship when it comes to early childhood education. Now, the funding that comes with that hasn't always been the same, and agreeing on exactly where that funding should go. But right now, with all this agreement, we think that there's a potential. There's a birth through 3 commission, birth through 3rd grade commission that's working to align state agencies. Then there's the Pathways to Early Childhood Learning that's working on trying to align everyone else. And we think that here's the opportunity, here's the chance.
So you got about 800 people here. What do you hope for them to leave after the 2 days of the forum?
I want them to understand the economics of early childhood, that both brain science and economics seem to be proving and documenting and showing that we can make a real difference if we invest early, and that will pay off for us later.
Right.
And then we want them to have a clear sense of some steps that they can take to move this idea forward.
Great. Thanks so much for being here, we're excited to be here at the forum. Looking forward to talking to a lot more of your guests today. So thanks a lot, Leslie.
Thanks.
We're really pleased to be joined with 2 special guests right now. We have, to my left here, I got Brenda Howerton. Brenda is a county commissioner in Durham, but she is also the president of the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners. Next to her, Mark Richardson. Mark is the chairman of the Rockingham County Commission. We wanted to have you both on because this whole notion of early learning, investing in children, really does, a lot of this happens at the local level. So talk to me, I guess, about some of the opportunities that you see in Durham and also some of the challenges that you're dealing with right now.
Well, early education is at the level of county government, which is the level of government that's closest to the people. So we touch children's lives, we touch teachers, administrators, and the challenges is always around funding and making sure that we have adequate teachers, adequate buildings, all of that is necessary to make sure our children are educated. And the challenge is always funding.
Right. Now, you mentioned educators, Commissioner Richardson. A lot of folks, we always talk about teacher pipeline. We're always talking about K through 12, but early educators, I mean, that's a real critical need too, right?
It's huge, and I've been part of the Head Start program as well as the Smart Start program. It's very difficult to get highly qualified teachers and keep them at the wages that we are restricted to pay. And it's going to be an ongoing problem to get enough preschool teachers to fill all the gaps that exist now. And certainly if we enhance our program by adding 4-year-old, for example, it's going to be a huge problem.
Now, one of the things that I know is being talked about at the forum today is about public-private partnerships and also scale. I mean, I'm guessing that local government in Rockingham County, no different than local government in Durham County, you don't have a lot of extra money laying around. So how important is that mix of partnerships between state, federal, and also the private sector?
It's imperative. It's imperative that we have the collaboration between federal, state, local, and the business community. Because one entity can't do it alone. It's going to take all of that to lift our children.
Right.
And so that we have a successful workforce going forward. Because if kids keep sliding backward, we're not going to have the workforce that we need. We're not going to have our children successful to go on to college and have successful careers.
Right. Rockingham County, what are you focused on right now? What are you trying to do? Are you looking at the kids who aren't served, or are you looking at strengthening the program? Sort of what's the landscape?
Well, we're looking for new initiatives, basically. We have a strong Smart Start and Head Start program, but that covers less than half of the youngsters that are coming forth. In our county, about 1,000 kids per year are born, and they're eventually going to be moving through the system, plus or minus, obviously, on that case. And I think we have some choices for parents, but most of the choices require parents to ante up out of their own pocket, and that's a very significant hardship for many of them.
So this really, I think this is what's interesting, and one of the reasons I wanted to have the two of you on, I should point, you're an elected Republican, elected Democrat, I'm right, but we are both on the same page when it comes about that this is something that there is a role for the federal government, the state government, that really to make this happen, right?
Yes. You know, as the president of the State Association
Right.
of Counties, that's 100 counties, and we work very well together, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, because it's really about our counties having what they need to be successful, and it starts with our children.
Right. Thoughts on that?
Yes, I have some very strong thoughts. I'm actually chairman of the steering committee for the North Carolina Association of County Commissioners on Public Education.
Okay.
And you won't be surprised to learn, and Brenda can tell you, all counties are extremely interested at the commissioner level, and by and large they collaborate well, notable exceptions, with the various school boards. This is an issue that we've got to deal with if we want to keep our youngsters competitive, not only in this country, but internationally, because internationally, there's a lot of movement towards preschool, or what we would call preschool.
Right.
The whole child syndrome that your Thrive program
Right.
addresses.
Well, we're going to be talking about whole child a lot on today, but look, I appreciate both of y'all spending some time with me today. Enjoy the rest of the forum, and thank you for what you do in your homes and for the state. Thank you so much.
Thank you.